Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind-the-scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
The following program is produced by Lawin Media Network. The views and opinions expressed in this program are solely those of the individuals appearing on the show and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Lawin Media Network, its affiliates, sponsors, or partners. The content provided in this program is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Lawin Media Network does not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or timeliness of the information.
All right. Good
Hello. Good
morning.
morning. Good morning.
Kumusta, Miss
Bien,
Cora?
muy bien.
I know.
We're here again, guys. Good
Yes,
morning. Magandang gabi, Pilipinas.
that is
Luzon, Visayas,
true.
Mindanao.
Ngayong gabi sa mga taga-Bisaya din ha, Visayan region. All right, another wonderful episode today, and oh my God, it is a very exciting episode. But before I do that, before we actually introduce our episode, kuha muna ng drink, obligatory drink natin para pampagising sa umaga.
At Pampa.
Pampatulog.
You know what? Even if I drink coffee in the evening, I still go to bed.
Oh, really? Well, I'm
I
not
don't know
a
why.
coffee. I'm not a coffee person. Probably your body is used to it, di ba? They always
Yes.
say if your body is used to it, so it becomes like a normal
That's
for,
true. Pero
So,
if I take 2 shots of espresso, mind you, sandali lang, knock down ako.
oh, really? And espresso pa
Yeah.
yan, ah. The espresso is very strong. Wow. I think teacher mode ka talaga.
I am. Saka ang body clock ko,
Oo.
when I come home at 5 o'clock,
Mhm.
6 o'clock, done. Tulog
Done.
na ako. And then I wake up around 2 or 3 in the morning, dire-diretso na yun.
Wow,
And then I
galing.
leave the house around 6 o'clock because may duty
Yes.
ako ng 6:30. That's it. That's my
I
day.
know. I know. I remember, when I was in the K-12 arena. Kaya yung body clock ko naman umiba. Kasi di ba my classes now in the university, the one that I'm teaching, I teach from 7 in the evening to 10. So it's only, it's only one day a week, right? When I see my students, however, parang yung body clock mo rin nag-change. So yes, I was a morning person before.
I think yung mga guests natin ngayon have their own body clock too.
I'm pretty sure.
Right?
Kasi grabe. Our episode for today, the title pala nga,
Ay, ganda ng title namin,
Actually, teacher or educator sa umaga at
Madiskarte after school.
So you know what? Without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce who our guest is. I have the honor of introducing our first guest. She has her educational background was that she graduated high school in the University of San Carlos Girls High School. And then with her college degree, which is a bachelor in elementary education, was at the University of San Carlos. Her work experience, she taught for a year at St. Francis of Assisi School in the Philippines, and then Cebu International School, and then eventually at the Sacred Heart School Jesuits in Cebu for 10 years. Now, coming to, galing. Really, grabe yung experience. Now, coming to America, she was able to teach at Thompson Elementary for 4 years, then went to Bussey Elementary, Stellick Intermediate for 10 years, and then eventually at Stovall Middle School now, her current school, for 6 years. So, a total of 23 years na sa teaching.
Wow.
Yes. But other than that, she still has time for her discarte. She Sweet Delights Cake Pop Co. It's a home bakery, and it has been in operation from 2016 to current. She specializes in custom crafted cakes, cupcakes, and cake pops for all occasions. You can follow her through FB and IG. It's at Sweet Delights Cake Pop Co. TikTok, Bon Divine TX, and of course, you can email her at sweetdelightscakepopco@gmail.com.
Wow!
I know. Without let's introduce our first guest. It's Monina Divinagracia. Hello, Miss Mon.
Hello, Miss Monina.
Already, yes. Let's do our cheers. Well,
Cheers. Let me have my cheers. Let me have. There you go.
I love that cup. Now, before we ask, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for asking.
Of course, we are just so delighted that you are with us. And oh my gosh, I think our viewers need to see this. Let's look at ano yung discussion sa YouTube. Oh my God!
Wow, grabe!
I
Ang
know.
ganda.
Grabe talaga.
By the looks itself, my mouth is watering.
Oh, you have to
Lord.
taste it. You have to taste it. Maraming beses na akong nakatikim. Oh my gosh, simply the best. Kaya
So you have your bakery?
Well, it's a home bakery, and I just do it over the weekend. So we work full time. I work full time job, and
Okay, we're gonna talk about that in a short while, Manina. Let me introduce our next guest. Okay. All right. So, guys, we had the honor of having a friend of mine, a coworker for about 10 years. Okay. He is Carlito Salarda. His education, he graduated from the high school Araneta University in Malabon. Hello, Malabon. And in college, he completed his degree in Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, minor in Computer Technology at the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila. Okay? Now, he completed his master's program at the Concordia University, okay, with a degree of mastering in curriculum and instruction. Okay. Now, he worked, previously, he works at 𝙏𝙚𝙖𝙘𝙚, where we worked together from 1996 to 1999 before he came here in United States. He also taught at Philippine school, high school in, what is this, in Kawit? Is this, well, no, I'm sorry, take that back. Philippine school in Kuwait, you see? Now, he is really indeed an international, and he will explain more about this. And then he taught at Alief Early College before he became a pre-AP geometry, robotics, and instruction engineering principals, okay, at the university he taught before. At present, guys, he is the assistant principal of Alief Montessori Community School. It is one of our charter school here in Houston. And he will tell you more about this. And for now, as his racket or discarded, he is a part-timer independent life agent of National Life Group. Okay. And he does his office after school or maybe more. We will learn about Mr. Salarda today. And we are going to show also video on how he does his racket. Okay. So let us all welcome Sir Lito Salarda. Good morning.
Yay!
Good morning everyone. Magandang umaga po. Umaga or magandang gabi. Iba-iba time zone natin. So,
Iba-iba.
good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Worldwide ngayon. Okay?
So to make sure I cover everything.
Yes. So we're going to show a little short video of Sir Lito Salarda. Let's see what he does after school.
I can hear the sound, I can hear the beat. I can feel the bass, I can feel the heat. I can sing along, I can shout and scream. I can feel it taking over me. Ooh la la la, ooh la la la. Hey, hey, ooh la la la, ooh la la la. Hey, hey, ooh la la la, ooh la la la. Hey, 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 hey. I hear it calling for me.
All right. I know. Very energizing yung morning natin. But of course, Sir Lito, get your cup of tea or coffee. Let's all have our morning cheers.
Okay, cheers.
All right. Very nice. Oh my gosh. Isn't that exciting yung mga ano natin? Mga guests natin, sobra talaga sa diskarte. And you know, sometimes when we think about teachers or educators, we often say, oh my gosh, do you really have time for that, right? It's just a very, very fast pace, pero sila, they still have time for it. So it's a very inspiring episode for everyone to hear.
That's true.
Yeah, so let's
you know what?
Yes.
You know what? Before we ask them the first question, you know, in Manila, usually teachers are really good entrepreneurs, right? And I don't know if they still do what they're doing before when they get into the faculty room and then they spread whatever merchandise they have. I don't know if they still do that. But here, guys here in United States, we don't do that.
Yes.
We do it outside of our work hours. And we are not just like Ani Batumbaka. You remember the song of Nora Honor? But this time, they will explain to you, our guests will explain to you how we work 8 hours a day. And at the same time, we do adventure and we make money after school. So I think we're ready for our first question, Dr. Clare.
Yes, let's go ahead. So yung first muna is we really want to know about their background, right? So we want to ask about their journey to becoming a teacher and eventually teaching here in the US. We want to ask, did you really want to be a teacher? Like what was really your, pathway, to becoming a teacher? So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Miss Mon, would you be able to share with us your story?
Yeah, that's a good question. That was what I asked myself when my mom told me, you're going to take, teaching as your career. We conditioned when we were children, to be somebody that our parents wanted us to be. And I guess I just dived into that and became a teacher. There are a lot of teachers in my family. My mom was a teacher, my aunts and my cousins. So of course I ended up teaching. Even my nieces today, I have one niece who's also a teacher who just graduated. So it's like a family affair. Anyway, so that started my teaching career in the Philippines, and just went on from there. I didn't realize it has been 35 years.
Wow.
That's a long year.
Yes. So that's what happened.
All right.
Thanks to
sharing. Yes. What about Sir Lito? Sir Lito, what was your journey?
Oh, good morning. Good morning again. I think it was started when I was in high school. I was inspired by my math teacher. Pero may nakita kasi ako sa mga teachers ko na I said to myself, I could have done this better kung ako magiging teacher. So, yun ang naging inspiration na I can do something else. Kasi yung ibang teachers namin, the way they present is like, mas maganda siguro kung ako gagawa nito. So,
wow.
Kaya nagpunta ako ng university sa PLM, pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila. Then I finished my degree there. Tapos I got interested in kasi bago pa lang internet noon eh. So sabi ko, let me add some more courses and make this as a minor class, computer technology. That's why by senior year, hindi na ako nag-apply ng job kasi yung computer school went to our university and they took us as a trainee already. So, hindi ako naka-experience mag-apply ng job after senior year kasi kumbaga inabsorb na kagad kami ng computer school.
Yes.
So, instead of math teacher, naging computer instructor ako. So, then I learned computer programming, mostly yung mga panahon na mga Pascal pa lang nun eh. D-Base 3+, yung Lotus 1, 2, 3, and then DOS or WordStar.
Floppy disk.
Yeah, floppy disk and everything. Then, nag-move na ako sa San Agustin for 3 years and then nagkaroon ng need sa Kuwait. My sister worked in state of Kuwait. So sabi niya sa akin, you've been in the Philippines for 21 years, why not visit another country and see for yourself? So wala akong idea na may Philippine school pala doon. So I just visited for a summer. And then one of the friends ng sister ko, sinamahan ko siya sabi ko, mag-i-enroll pala kayo sa school, can I join? So I was wearing shorts. Tapos pagdating doon, di nag-inquire ako sa principal. Principal was a Don Bosco principal.
Oh, wow. Neighbor natin sa San Agustin.
So naka-shorts ako, sabi ko, sir, are you looking for any position here? Yeah, actually I was looking for a math teacher. Sabi ko, can I apply? Sabi ko, ganon. So I was wearing short and t-shirt. Sabi ko, can I have 30 minutes? I open an algebra book. I pick a topic. After 30 minutes, I gather the students around the school and then I made the demo. So after 30 minutes, he hired me. Sabi niya, okay, I will hire kasi alam niya from San Agustin ako. So he hired me. So officially, pinauwi lang ako sa Philippines to have an official exit.
Oh, wow.
Kasi I was carrying a visit visa. So I have to exit the country and coming back and then went to the embassy in Kuwait to get the work.
Oh, wow.
I know. I love the story. Kasi paminsan-minsan, no? It really is. There is a destiny. And I go back to my spiritual side. There is a higher being that leads you to your path. So I just love that story talaga. And that other question is that, yung next question natin, which we will ask them when we come back, pero I have to
come back
audience para they know already. Tell us how you started that business and what made you decide to go into this venture. Diba? We want to know how did they get into their discarded. When we come back.
See you guys later. There you go.
All
We
right.
are excited to hear again from our guest today. There you go.
All right, so let's go ahead. This time, let's ask Sir Lito, why don't we start with you first, okay? Talk to us about your business. How did you start and what made you choose to go to this venture?
Okay, I think it was started in 2016. April when when I purchased a policy for myself only. And then when my sister passed away in the same year, 2016, because during that time I was telling her to buy another policy because she works in a home care and stay in siya doon. Cora, remember that, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I told her, hey, let's buy a policy for you para... Hold on, I think my battery is running low. Sandali lang ha. And then I told my sister, sige na, bili tayo. At least I can contribute. Kasi nga, syempre, maliit lang naman ang sweldo niya. Sabi niya, i-cancel muna natin ng May. Sa June na lang tayo mag-apply. So, I could have started in May, no? June 2, nung nagkaroon siya ng pain sa stomach niya, sabi ng doctor, it was probable stage 4 gallbladder cancer. Tapos, dinala ko siya sa MD Anderson, and then the doctor said, it's stage 4 gallbladder cancer. So we're not able to apply a policy kasi she passed away after 3 weeks. So dun lang nagkaroon ng guilt feeling na sana pala ako na lang ang bumili nung May. Kasi wala siyang hospital records, wala siyang medical records. Except for yung June lang. So na-realize ko, sabi ko sayang, my nephew Ian lives with me, that's her son. He could have gotten at least mga 100 to 150 or 200,000 death benefit. So simula noon, nagkaroon ako ng crusade na parang I don't want, because nung namatay si ate, ang daming friends na tumulong and everything. Hold on, biglang nagano yung battery ko. Tapos yung GoFundMe, and then sabi ko, I don't want to do this again. So I want to share this story to all my friends. So yun ang naging inspiration to do the business. So I covered most of my circle of friends and family because of that.
Thank you again. Sometimes when tragedies also becomes just another form of blessing, and that's the story, right? Thank you for sharing.
It really pushes us to do something and go beyond what we are earning because things happen. And it really happens in the most unexpected way. So, like 𝙑𝙧𝙘𝙘 has said, the tragedy really pushes us to do something better so that when it happens, we have something to, sabi nga sa Tagalog, pag may isinuksok, may madudukot, right? So,
yes.
This is a good alternative.
And then because before I just for a year I was referring clients to my agent, and then I realized I kept on referring. Sabi ko sayang ako na lang nag-run ng business. So after a year when my sister passed away, I turned this into
business,
a profession as well.
Yes. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, boy.
I know. And then before we actually ask Mon, the same question, and she responds to us, let's go ahead, do our shout outs muna. I think a while ago we have some, this is from Stephanie Sanabria. I think, woohoo, my amazing mommy. I love it. Very beautiful. Thank you for the support, Ate Steph, of course, to mom. And we have here from Miss Buns the Seco. Pretty nice cake. Oh, galing.
She likes the cake.
And
you can go ahead, Claire, read it because I can't see it in my screen.
All right, I'll go ahead read the third one from Miss Mildred Danao Malito. Morning coffee toast. Yes, thank you.
Toast, Mildred.
Or from Miss Babes. Dizon Hayes. Thank you, Miss Babes. Good morning. I know life happens, all right. I know Miss Babes is also in that same industry. So as Mr. Sir Lito is. All right. So now let's get to talk to Miss Mon. Can you please tell us how did that start? How did your business venture start?
I've always been interested in cooking and baking. I guess my mom was a good cook, my dad too. So as a young at a young age, I learned how to cook, and they kind of influenced me on that one. But then I remember, we didn't have internet then. So we had like my dad was like an avid reader. So he collects anything that he can read. Magazines, even, like kept it like a library. So I used to look at all those magazines, and I found all of the, recipes I secretly tore out. He didn't know, but that like started my interest into baking. So back home in the Philippines, I did that. I actually ventured into baking cakes, just simple ones like chocolate cake, and then I create something a little fancier. I remembered making my very first blitz tort. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's kind of like a cake, yellow cake with meringue. It was
Oh, wow.
complicated, but I did that the first time, and it was very successful. So I'm like, it could be, it could turn into something. And then so it's just practice, try to do little uh, baking at home for family and friends. And then so my I've done my daughter's birthday cakes too. So pushing myself to do more of my practice more of my piping skills, and I got better and better. And then finally, my brother's wedding. That was my first venture in cakes. I did a three-tier or three-layer cake. It's not stacked. It's just my dad actually built the stand for it, but it's staggered, three-tier cake. Yeah, and it turned out pretty nice. And I think that my brother liked it. And also discovered like, oh, you made your brother's cake. Can you make can you make one for my niece? And that's what she asked me. So I actually did that. So back home in the Philippines, I've been doing my little business, side business, and then I came here. How long ago was that? 24 years ago. So that took a back seat because
Oh,
I was busy with work and all of that. And then so my first venture into the cake business here was actually in 2016 when a coworker of mine asked me to make cake pops for her. Did I know how to make cake pops?
no.
Not back out on a challenge. So I was like, okay, I'll do your cake pops. So I did a lot of YouTube research. I did a lot of, videos, YouTube videos, scoured everything I can find about how to make cake pops. Did the cake pops. It was successful. She didn't know that was my first cake pop.
Wow. So that was really, really fun to listen, Mon. Now, you know what? We have different, yours is passion. Your urge to continue this business or start this business started with a passion, and the entire family is involved with cooking and baking. With Serlito, his is more of the emotional side that pushes him to start this business. My question to both of you is this: what are the most challenging piece in running this business, considering the fact that both of you are still having a day job, and then I know for a fact with Serlito, you have to meet clients, correct? And you have to schedule clients. And then for Mon, you have to plan once you get your orders, you have to plan how are you gonna start it? How are you gonna, the ingredients, although you already have it, but it takes time, right? So with all of this, with a day job, what are the most challenging piece of running this business? Would you like to start, Serlito?
Yeah, okay. So number one, yung energy. Make sure you still have remaining energy after 4 o'clock, because when I signed the contract, you have to protect your professional job because that's the main source of income. So from 8 to 4, that's my professional job. I never text, I never call a client during that time, and that's my agreement with my principal and the administration. So 4:30, I start, texting friends and then driving. So ang challenging doon, You have to meet them within the Houston area as much as possible. I meet the clients. So normally 6 p.m., 7 p.m. So I have all my clothes in the back of my car, a pair of shoes, pair of everything, and then my suit, my jacket. I just have to change it from school, and then tapos pag malayo naman, I'll just go for Zoom meeting pag out of state. Tapos we have conventions every year, maybe 3 times a year. So ahead of time, from the very beginning, I presented it to the principal that I have most of the conventions are weekends naman. Sometimes we'll start on a Friday and it ends on Sunday. So it's just a blessing for the business that fit perfectly sa sa schedule ko. Ang kagandahan kasi as an administrator, I'm doing paperwork. So most of my mornings are paperwork, and then in the afternoon I just walk around and then check because I take care of the technology, the operations, the maintenance and operation, and then I maintain the website as well of the school. So, but what's nice, I'm blessed because it's a Montessori school. So number one, yung behavior wise, we don't encounter yung mga violent behaviors ng school ng mga estudyante kasi from the very beginning when they're pre-K 3, it's always grace and courtesy. So yung mga bata, para ka nasa Pilipinas, when they bump into you, they'll say, "Hi, Mr. Solarda, excuse me, sir." So something like that. So it's haven. And then 350 students. Ang middle school na minamaintain ko is only 35 to 40 students for the whole school year. That's only a class in a regular school.
Yep. That's my
split pa namin. We are 3 teachers, 3 guides in a Montessori school with 35 students. So pag in-split mo siya, you have about 10 students per class. So the interpersonal relationship with the students, you can push them to the limit. Tapos lahat sila talagang committed to learn and to learn more. Kaya ikaw naman, as a teacher, kasi I also volunteered from my principal na I don't want to be sitting in the office the whole day. So I asked them to teach advanced algebra 1. So in a middle school, I'm doing the honors algebra. So it's nice because they have 100% passing rate and then nasa 90% master level sila. So I am so proud na nag-business ako sa hapon, pero I still keep my momentum with my students.
That's good. I think I really like the idea, yung balance, no? Yung balance. Yes. You want to make sure, piggybacking on what Sir Lito has shared, that, our profession, that's really the bread and butter. But then the discarte, kaya nga, it's really a discarte, is how then you use, your remaining time to be able to continue with your other passion, right? Which is the side business.
That's true.
Now this is an amazing discussion. When we come back, we're going to ask Mon that same question, right? What are the challenges that she had, or she is still facing, right? She is going through with the business. So when we come back, we will hear about Mon answer.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
All right, and now we are back. So go ahead, Mon. Can you please, Miss Mon, share with us, what are the challenges of running this business?
Well, the most challenging thing for me was managing my time. Because, as teachers, we bring our work home. So it's like 24/7. Anyway.
Totally agree.
Yeah. So that was a learning curve for me. My first 2 years trying to juggle and balance my workload, and then getting the cake pop orders, because the cake pop orders were coming in steadily, and that's the reason why I had to like create a site, not a website, but a web page, so people can reach out and place orders. So that's how Sweet Delights Cake Pop Company was born.
Mhm.
So that, and then and those type of desserts are actually like pretty um time consuming, because you have to create those little cake balls individually, and and decorate them individually. So that took a lot of my time, but I didn't mind, because that was something new for me that I ventured into. And once I get obsessed with something, I put my all in it. So like my character too, like I'm I'm
You're
not,
driven.
I will not say that, but I like,
Driven.
yes, driven. Anyway, so after that, the custom cakes came in. So that's why I started moving away from the cake pops to creating custom cakes, because it was easier and it's more elaborate, and it makes a huge impact. So after the cake pops, I pretty much people just kept ordering custom cakes for me instead of cake pops. So first 2 years was very stressful. I had to manage my time. I had to do a lot of research, and how to what type of what you call this, especially with the cake pops, what type of chocolate melts do I need to use so I can dip it nice. It's pretty much trial and trial, and then I can even
Sure.
more.
Trial and error, right? Trial and error process. Yes.
So anyway, so that's what happened, and pretty much with the same way with the cakes too. It's trial and for me. So a lot of all of those things that I have um, to do to make my craft, to hone my craft. So the second one challenge that I had encountered was um, pricing. I don't
Yes.
know how to price my cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Single time I make something, especially if it's a coworker or a friend or a cousin or something like that, you can have this Filipino mentality like, oh, it's family or friends. I will just have to, um, now
Business is business.
that wasn't my thinking then. So anyway, I didn't really know how to price, and for the work that I created, I just pretty much like gave it away for something that's not even worth my time, something like that. But it's practice. I learned a lot from it. So, and I remember one time I made my very first groom's cake. It was a Starbucks cake
Uh-huh.
of mine ordered for me. So it was very complicated. Everything was handcrafted. Turned out beautiful. I had to create the teacups out of, or the coffee cups out of fondant. I had to dry those for 2 weeks. Long
Mhm.
time. So, and that was my first venture. I'm like, okay, this could be really viable. I have to, you know, make sure I price them right.
Yes.
So it just took off from there.
That's really
Okay.
nice. I like the idea. Sometimes we got to value also the work that we put in. And sometimes I like also just looking at the Filipino mentality also of us as Filipinos, which who are the buyers, right? Sometimes there's that Filipino mentality na pwede nang just buy it for this price, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Filipino naman tayo. No, I think it is really honoring that person's time, honoring
Mhm.
that person's work. And you have also seen, right, that those cakes are not just like really amazing looking. They're really good. So we got to also look at that. Um, I would like to do this shout out because this is an amazing shout out. There's actually two, and then the other one is a shout out plus a question mark. So our first
Okay.
shout out is from Emily Lee Ed Milao. Good morning from Tomball, Texas. Thank you so much, Emily, for being with us. Our next shout out is from Miguel Comandong. Tumondong. Good morning. What would you do if your business grows significantly? Would you consider leaving your full-time job as a teacher? Wow. Galing. Yes, Miss Cora, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I'm just saying, if I will do that, I will definitely leave teaching. With the stress, I just want to sit down and take orders like what our distinguished guests are doing. I will, in a heartbeat.
All
In a
right.
heartbeat. But I
But
love
let's
the
ask.
classroom though. I don't know about, what about you, Sir Lito? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna
Yeah,
leave teaching?
that's a calculated plan. So if the part time becomes bigger than my annual,
Right.
I'm looking at a 1.5. If it's like more than 100%, then yes, definitely. Pero I would be part of the school, just like a sub for something in case they need, because I'm on the admin side. So easier for me to just go in and then support the school. Even as a volunteer, I would do that on an admin side. Like I can still maintain the website if that needs for the school. So something like that. Yes, definitely, definitely. And that's a conversation between my principal and myself. If that happens, that will happen. If that happens, yun yung magiging situation.
Oh, so with
What
your
about
case,
you, Mon?
it's a flip, no?
Simon kaya?
Yes,
Mon, what do you think?
I'm actually considering that. So, and I could see the trend now that I've been doing this for like how long now? 6 years? No, wait. I can do it.
8 years, right?
No, I start when like making the cakes. The cake pops don't count, but that started my business. Anyway, so it's been if I do take orders like maybe twice in a week, sometimes I get 3 orders, and that's when it overwhelms me because I am just like exhausting myself. But it could be a really really good source of income. So, but if I focus on it, just like purely no teaching, and just focus myself on the business, and maybe do something on the side, like maybe catering or something like that, it could be very profitable for me, and could also be my way into retirement.
That's right.
Yeah, I've been teaching 35 years. Yeah.
I know, but you look so young to be teaching 35 years. So that's also good. So that means that you've maintained your schedule so well because you still teach, you got this on the side, and then is able to maintain that. You don't look like you've been teaching for 30
That's right. That's right, Dr. Clare. Even the way we all are in teaching, I think it is the passion and your creativity that really pushes you to look the way we look right now. And we put it in our own business. It is really giving you an amazing effect in your life. Like what Mon said, if she's trying to consider, indulging in her business because of the time element that is at stake. So retirement will be there, and you have a huge option, an amazing option, Mon, to look forward to together with Sir Lito. So I think that segues us, Dr. Clare, to our next question.
I think this question has already been answered. So I'm going to move to the next one,
Yes.
which is, do you find, this is for Mon, do you find yourself using the business concepts in teaching your subject or leveraging it in your class? Or is there another side that you just enjoy and explore? So is there, do you find some concepts that you use in the classroom in your business?
I actually do, and I'm a 6th grade math teacher. I teach middle school aged children. And I always fall back on my baking as an example, especially when we are learning fractions. And my kids know this. They actually follow me on TikTok. But I don't know how they discovered, but apparently they did. Anyway, and they know I have a business, and sometimes I show them my cakes. And so every time we do something like with fractions, proportion and all of that, I fall back on my baking background to incorporate that and say, hey, this is real world situation. What if I am trying to bake a cake and I need 3 cups of flour, but I need 3 batches? So I incorporate that into a real world problem that they solve it. So they're like, oh, 3.5 cups, or something like that.
Wow.
So those things, and then and again, I emphasize, like, when you do the math, it has to be accurate, because if it's not accurate, either your cake will be runny or flat or hard as a rock. So all of those things they have to consider.
Wow.
A follow-up question in that one, if I may. So I like the way you use the concept of fractions and measurements in your classes. I just want to have one question. Do they ask for samples? Or do you give them samples?
They're like, this, I need your number. I need your, and then I'll order from you. And I said, can't do that because, conflict of interest,
That's
But I do bring them like as rewards, because I do all the reward system. Because even though they're middle school age kids, they love to get, even a sticker, they love that. So one of my rewards is like, okay, if you can finish this, because we do Mathia, it's like online mathing. If you complete this concept, I'm gonna bake you a personal cake or something.
Wow.
For years now, or cupcakes. I bring them cupcakes, and they actually enjoy it. I didn't ask, but
I love
it. We are learning actually strategies from Miss Mon, right?
Yes.
One is that putting in real world concepts, right, to our teaching so that our students become engaged.
Yes.
And then another thing is that reward system. No matter how young or old our students are, even our college kids, right? They still want that extrinsic motivation. So this is why I just love Teacher Talk, because we're not only learning about life, we're also learning about strategies in the classroom, and more importantly, why we do things that we do. Galing talaga ng mga guro. Galing talaga ng mga teachers. All right, we are now in that last section of our show. So when we come back, we are going to be asking our distinguished guests what advice can you give those teachers who wants to start their own business? When we come back, we will hear that.
We'll see you in a bit.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories, from elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits. I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
All right, we are now back. Yes, let's give some shout outs, Muna, before we go to that, last two questions.
Last question.
We have a shout out from Miss Isabel Villanueva Salter, Way to go, Filipino talent at its best. Yay, thank you, Miss
Claire, you
Yes.
know what? Isabel also bakes. But she
Oh,
does not indulge herself in business like Mon. Well, probably Isabel, you could do that. There you go. You have an inspiration right in front of you.
yes, exactly. And there was a private message that I got. Just a shout out to the Camp Pinoys. Camp Pinoys. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and ask. Let's ask Sir Lito. This time, you start the conversation. What advice can you give those teachers or educators who want to start their own business?
Oh, before I answer that question, I just want to share what is really my business because I just said it's a life insurance. I just want to have like 30-second quick. For the National Life Group, I represent the business. So pretty much, ang alam natin when it comes to life insurance, when you die, your beneficiary gets the money. So the product that we are selling, providing for you guys, three things. What if you die too soon, or what if you get ill, or if you live longer? So if you die, then we have a coverage. If you get ill, we cover for you sa critical illness, critical injury, mga accident, terminal illness, chronic illness. So kung may cancer, heart attack, stroke, renal failure, blindness, pwede nating kunin ang policy natin from death benefit. At most, at 80% pwede nating i-accelerate siya para makatulong sa atin. So hindi talaga siya pag namatay lang. Tapos, if you don't die or you don't get ill, you don't get sick, and then you reach your retirement, then all the money that you put in actually is being calculated through index. So magkakaroon tayo ng retirement income. So you can cash out money every year if you want. So this is added value to your TRS. So yun ang aking crusade all the time. If you don't get sick, you don't die, then you still have money that will be added to your pension. Kung meron kang 401k or 403b or your TRS, this is additional number for you. Now, advice. Think of this. I'm speaking for the teachers first. Ang retirement natin, pag kinalculate natin ng TRS, it's the number of years na service nyo times 2.3. So for example, I will just make an example, for example, kay Mon. Mon, how many years you have? 35 years? In Texas or in United States, yes. Right?
US, okay. It's 24.
Okay, okay, so we will just count the Texas years. Say 24 times 2.3. So pretty much 55%. 55% of your the average of your 5 highest salary.
That's the TRS, yeah.
Yeah, so sabihin natin by default, ang average ay nasa say 75,000 for example. So times 0.55 times $75,000. Sabihin natin ito yung pinakamataas na 5 taon na nagturo tayo. So pretty much we will be receiving, hold on, what is that again?
75
times now 41,200 divided by 12. So pretty much you are earning $3,400 minus tax. Ang tax natin pag nag-retire tayo will be lower than what we are being charged at this time. So think of this. If you are okay receiving about 2,500 to 2,700 when you retire, that's for the next 20 years, then don't do anything. But if you feel like you're not comfortable with that number, do something about it now. Just like what Mon is doing, she's doing her business. I am doing this for my retirement future. So meron akong additional income na marireceive as a passive income on top of my retirement money from TRS. Yes. That's why I push also to be assistant principal because you will boost your salary from being a teacher to becoming an administrator. And TIA is a good platform as well to boost up your number. So marami tayong teachers na exemplary and master. That's about $15,000 to $20,000 to be added to your annual salary. So please push for that because you are naturally an exemplary and a master teacher. Just do what you got to do, man. Yeah. Receive that in.
Boy, that's very encouraging. Maybe next time I'm going to put up my business now. I will push for it. What do you think?
I know, got me thinking what should be my business. Got just to find the talent na lang for that. Okay.
But Claire,
Hold on,
you
hold on.
had yours.
Yeah,
You
I
just
know.
had yours. You know that. And you just had the concert last time.
I
You
know.
can move to that.
Really? Okay, sige. Thank you. Pero I don't know. So, Miss Mona naman, what is your advice for those teachers who wants to start their own business?
Just don't be afraid to try it. For me, cake decorating, baking, that's my outlet. So it's not just, oh, I need to, do this for an income. It's my safe space to, be creative and explore and push myself. Like, what else can I do? Can I achieve this? Stuff like that. So I'm growing as a creator.
Mhm.
So, and that's the side of my creativity that I have explored, because before I used to paint, I used to draw, but now I set that aside. I poured my creativity into the cake baking, which is an art form. So it's not just, okay, I'm baking a cake so you can eat it. It's certainly an art.
Yes, it is.
Protective about my cake because
Uh-huh.
spent so much time and energy into it, and then 5 seconds later it's gone.
At least it's captured on video or photo, right? That you can
That's
always go
true.
back to.
So don't be afraid to try. If it doesn't work, at least you tried.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, Mon, isn't it also an outlet for us to
Mhm.
have
Yes.
this type of activities that we do after school?
Yes.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. You heard it from our expert right in front of you. You now need to unleash yourself and venture into another money making activities.
Yes.
Claire, look
Yes.
who's talking. I should do that. You should do that, right?
I know. It's really I really love the conversation today. You
Mhm.
know what? Let's give this shout out because it reaffirms again of what we were just talking. We have here a shout out from, I think, Mama Neng Teves. Boy, glad to see you live. It's so nice. Thank you, Mama Neng
Nice to
Teves.
see you, Mama Ning.
Yes, that is an inspiration. And from Miss MJ Versosa Concepcion, nice. All our teachers are talented. And she also added this, way to go, our teacher entrepreneurs. Yes. And I really love the idea of, yes, we've seen, I think, the creativity of teachers, because when you are doing your lessons, again, we are in competition with so many things. Unlike before that, we're just teaching. Mind you, social media has been the biggest competitor of the teachers, and having that creativity, it is innate in us, right? How to be
Yes.
able to present our lessons that it engages our students, our audience. So we already know na creative tayo, but on the other side, I think what this episode is really challenging us is now to go outside of the box, just like what Sir Lito said. I love the calculation he made. He said, okay, if you're comfortable, with your retirement being this, then okay, you can be steady there. But if you're not comfortable with those numbers, start thinking now, ano pa bang magagawa ko and how can I be creative? Get that inspiration from, Miss Mon. Hey, she's able to do it. And I know we have some viewers. Again, that is the hope that we have here every time, we have our episodes out, is that we teachers become inspired, that there's so much talent in us that we can always, do more and give more. So
Yeah, we just need to push for ourselves because most of the time we focus on our work and
mhm.
then we forget that we have life after school. And it is a true testament between our distinguished guests today that they themselves were able to go forward and sharpen their skills in a different venture and in different way of making yourself comfortable pretty soon. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for sharing uh your inspiration, your skills, your ability to work after school, and encourage our teachers, our educators watching right now, that they need to look forward and think of a more promising future for all of us, to protect our income, to protect ourselves and our family, so that we could be comfortable when we retire, isn't it?
Yes. So we are now ready to close out this episode. Thank you so much to our dear guests. Thank you to Mr. Serlito Salarda and also Miss Monina de Vinagracia for joining us today. We certainly learned a lot from you. And of course, to our viewers who has been, just very active in engaging with us in this conversation. Thank you again. So,
yeah. When, if they want to contact our guests, can you tell us where they could contact you, Mon and Serlito?
Okay, let me start. Again, so mga teachers, we are naturally public speakers. You have been the salesperson in your classroom. Yep. You can convince your parents, the grandma, all the guardians. So if you want to join me in this venture, I can work with you. We are expanding in Houston area. There is no inventory. Ang product natin is intangible at ang result nito is lifetime, tsaka buhay ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, their protection for their lives. So if you are interested into this, it's always after school and the weekend. Join me. I will give you my contact number. My phone number is 713-459-3196. Just text me and then I will share to Cora my email, or just shoot me an email and then we can talk about it. Again, we're expanding in Houston area. We travel a lot. We went to Dubai, Greece, and every places.
Yes, boy. Thank you. Mon, what about you? When can they find your cakes?
I have FB webpage. They can follow me at Sweet Delights Cake Pop Co. There's plenty of Sweet Delights. That's why I put in the Cake Pop Company, so they will not get lost. It's on Instagram as well, and on TikTok it's just my, at MonDivineTX.
Okay. Webpage. Wow! Thank you, guys. Dr. Clare, let us inform everybody next week, our next episode.
I know it's gonna be yes. Thank you again to our guests. Now, our next episode for this week, you do not want to miss it, because nakakakilig. This is an episode na nakakakilig. Our episode is at home and in school. Partners tayo.
Wow.
So for next week, we will be interviewing couple teachers. So both the husband and wife, they are teachers. Ano bang dynamics nun, right? I'm pretty sure it will be another.
Na-intriga ako kasi imagine you're together all throughout your life at home. And then sa school, kayo pa rin?
Yes, I know. Well, I think one of the couple is that way. Pero yung isa, kahit ano, I think it's the commonality, right?
Yes.
And you are still doing the same thing, and you may be talking the same thing again, right? So,
so watch out, guys. We're inviting you next week. Same time, same place, and we're gonna wait for you.
Yeah. So this concludes our Teacher Talk live Chikahan with
Teacher Cora
and Dr. Clare. Thank you for watching. God bless everyone.
Have a great day, y'all.
Yes.
See you again next week. Thank you for watching. Manila, Pilipinas, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao.
Yes,
bye.
Texas and US. Bye.